I'm out and about right now in the store, so still wanted to come to you and give you some brief updates and just keep my word and come through and discuss some things with you guys. And I'm not gonna be on here long, but definitely want to just chat it up with you all. Got a busy weekend tomorrow, so we're gonna be doing a bunch of different things. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the Army and the military services, but their numbers have been low as far as the recruiting and enrollment into the military services. Um, and that's for a lot of different factors. I think the consciousness is growing for a lot of different people right now. And the need to fight in that type of way is kind of diminishing. And so a lot of people are not even on that wavelength anymore. So that's why we see that kind of decline. But then also, based off of the schooling and the school conditioning that people have been receiving, that's actually been impacting the ability for people to uh, be able to pass, basic tests that will help them. So that's been an issue as well. So now we see that I think it was the Navy reducing their requirements because they turned a lot of people down from even being able to enroll. So now they are lowering the requirements, and it's expected. So they're trying to get their numbers up. Peace and love. And so now the Navy will be allowing people to, uh, you know, still test and still apply, even if they have a GED or they don't necessarily meet um, their test scores. There is only, you know, those who can score 50 and above. Peace and love. Good evening, everybody. Um, I think that's, I don't want to mess it up. Srini Vas Ka Zeus, justice for the people, peace and love. And so again, um, the Navy is, trying to make some changes, trying to get some more people to come on board. And now 2022, their numbers have dropped. And now they dropped the requirement, based off of their numbers in 2022, but they dropped it again. They reduced their requirements again. So some people scored below 30 out of 100, and so now they're, trying to do a maintenance on this situation. You said, do I know Forsaken? No, I'm not familiar. So again, last year the Navy branch, they actually fell almost close to 6,000 numbers as far as recruiting. They fell short of their goal last year, and then the Army itself fell 15,000 short of their target. So remember we talked about yesterday the digital IDs. Well, now they're gonna crack down on that, and they're trying to make the citizens of the UK pay 85 euros, for the identification. So that's to be expected. And we talked about that yesterday, though. With the whole ID situation. So, and again, those who refuse to pay it, they won't be a part of society. They won't be participating. So, and I know you guys remember all of those people crossing the border. When they crossed the border, a lot of different people came over, and you see the whole situation with ICE. Um, Now they're targeting different groups of people, and you see that certain cartels are putting hits out on ICE. So it's a lot of things going on right now with that situation. Um, but this whole idea of mandatory IDs, if it happens one place, they're going to try to force it in other places. And the whole idea is to disguise it as this is a need, and it'll help to identify people quicker. It's more efficient, it's safer, but in actuality is all for control, and it's a part of this big simulation. This whole thing is a simulation. um, we've been told this in many documentaries, many movies. And I mentioned the other time, Danny Goler, he actually did a laser experiment while he was on DMT. And DMT, a lot of people try this. And while he was, taking this DMT, he actually was shining a laser on a wall, and he was able to see through the laser, and he's seen the uh, codes. Okay, um, and the codes was basically frequencies, and it appeared to be frequencies held within this grid. So, he invited other people to do this, and he had like over 140 something different people try this experiment, and they all was able to conclude and see the same thing. And we were already told this by Sophia Stewart. She is the creator of the Matrix and the uh, Terminator. So she told us about man versus the machines in the Terminator, which was the precursor to the Matrix, which was about the simulation, unplugging from the simulation. And that's the whole key to what we are now. Yeah, mandatory ID in the UK. Yep, that's right. So the mandatory IDs that they're trying to enforce while people are protesting now, they're trying to put fines, 85 euros. If you don't pay it, then you can't participate in society, basically. And we seen this before. They tried to do this with the jab. If you don't take this, you can't participate. You can't come to certain stores. You can't go to certain outings. But the will of the people, prevailed. And now again, they're going to try something different. That was like more so of a test run. But going back to this whole Matrix idea, Sophia Stewart, she actually cracked a lot of codes for Homeland Security, a lot of different alphabet groups, but she actually cracked a lot of the different codes, and she was able to tell us, foresee what would happen. So, y'all ever play the games The Sims? And when you play The Sims, you can create characters and homes and different things like that. And when you do those things, you can leave the characters in the game alone, and they will just continue to build and go on the path that you set them on. They will, build homes and relationships and societies and communities and things like that. And if you leave them alone, they will still build everything. And those characters in the game, they're not aware that they were created. They don't know anything outside of their environment in that game. And it's similar to what we're experiencing now, where things can be programmed, people can be programmed, just like what we see in The Sims. And part of that programming deals with how people are um, given these different diseases, and can uh, become ill and sick and things like that. And one of the things that you have to do is to keep yourself clean. And one, I told you yesterday that I was going to show you something that you could take that will help you speed up your recovery and help you to uh, detox and get those things out. I'm not telling you to take this, but here it is right here. You can, get you some of this and start to detox and to start your healing process. If you have some of those serious issues, now if you notice, they put this on the box and say that this is what it's for, but the original use is for humans. This was for humans, but they tried it on horses. Now I'm not telling you to take this, but um, I've seen this work for a lot of people, and you can, you can do whatever you want with this information, but this will be able to help you in many different ways. All right, and especially with this, new thing that they spraying. I've been seeing at night too. They've been spraying. They do this a lot down south too, but they've been spraying a lot. Um, but thankfully, with the shutdowns, we've been having clear skies and clear, air. So it's been better, and we have been seeing some pushback against the GMO products and the GMO lifestyle. So down to even your favorite treats that you like to get, that's filled with nothing but chemicals and toxins, that's shortening your life. I've been seeing some pushback against that. So there is some things that's actually playing out in the good. Not everything is bad, like how some people would try to have us to think, but there is some good that's happening. Zeus, you used to play basketball? Okay. You used to play in the league or high school, college, overseas? Now, I mean, speaking of this whole simulation too that we're a part of, they're coming out with that new Grand Theft Auto game, and it's very realistic. You're going to be able to interact on a new level. So that kind of give us a hint that we're not at base reality, that we're not the start of societies, and there's scientists that have told us that there's billions of other planets that are similar to Earth that can support life like Earth. And with the things you'll be able to do and interact with on Grand Theft Auto 6, it's kind of telling you, giving you the clue. But there's been movies like Westworld. There's also been movies and like Ready Player One. But Grand Theft Auto is going to step their game up on a whole new level. So it kind of makes you think like, where will they go with this? Well, where's the ceiling with this whole um, gaming? You know. All right, they're about to shut down, so I'm about to go ahead and get a move on. Let me go check on this other store. Check on this other store. Show you where most of my time goes. clothes. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. A lot of things going on. Alright, here we go. We got to better go see if the other store is open. Check in here real quick. Just so I get some of my books from. Time they closed. Oh, they closed. They closed. So since they closed, I'll just come back tomorrow, check out some books. It's my store. Yeah, I see they just closed. Appreciate it. But y'all stay safe. A lot of stuff about to be revealed in this time. I mean, not that it was never here. It was always here. But a lot of stuff is about to be right in your face. And I don't know if a lot of people are going to be able to have the heart to withstand it, because it's a lot of stuff that you've been trained to think is a lie and not to think is real or true, but it's actually true. So, you know, especially during this time, like with the whole Halloween thing coming up, you know, it's a lot of different beings and things like that that wants to make themselves known. So just get prepared for that. Matter of fact, let me go in here. I know it's cold, but give me some ice cream. I got some pictures and some videos of some real life documented encounters, but I'll share that information for like the classes and stuff like that for those who are interested. Let's see. All right, let me see. I'm gonna go and get some get me a nice little sweet treat for the night. Some dairy free. What y'all think? Yay or nay? Nah. Alright, let's look at some plant-based. Try some plant-based. I don't see. Let me see. They got this one here. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening, and it's like the people who are controlling the simulation been hiding behind the shadows and not really revealing themselves, like their true phenotype, how they look. Only a select few know. I mean, you've heard of them, how they look, but now they want to make themselves known, and you're gonna see that more and more. You're gonna start seeing it in the open. Geico has already shown in several commercials of the real beings that run this planet, how they really look. So it's about to be in our faces. Yeah, I'm about to get this treat.
You have $2 in rewards. Do you want to use them or save them? 17.15. I'm gonna ask that Robert question. Hello, how are you?
How you doing? All right.
Good. Just this?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be $4.99. You can get one. Yes.
All right.
Oh, I was talking about it. Alright, not press enter. It's gonna ask that wrong question. I would try your card one more time because it didn't read.
Say check now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Once you're back in the full Stacy's drawer. Here you go. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Thanks. You too.
Hello, how are you?
So yeah, I don't know if y'all celebrate Halloween. I don't, but it's a lot of people in the neighborhood that's already putting up some stuff that is not your average type of decoration and stuff like that. So you already know what time they on. And around this time, like a lot of people go missing and a lot of children go missing. It's a lot of stuff that goes on. So y'all make sure y'all stay safe. I'm about to get up in this house. And oh hey B Tillett. Good to see you. Let me put this in the back first. Yeah. Definitely gotta make sure you stay safe out here. And then you see a lot of people you encounter, they might not actually even be what you think they are. So just be safe. And around this time, they start to do a bunch of different little rituals and things like that. So you gotta be safe. But yeah, it's about to get dark soon. So as far as the live, I thank everybody for tuning in, and we're gonna try to keep this up. I'm gonna keep trying to share information as much as possible, especially before things happen where you won't be able to for a brief moment. But I want to share as much information as I can, and stay paying attention to the synchronicities that you might see. Like in front of me, I see 8998. That's a palindrome number. Or I see 7171. You see these numbers, these synchronicities. Pay attention to the subtle energies. But you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and we're going to continue to share the information and spread as much knowledge as we can. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace and love.